Hello, hello, hello. This is Cyborg.
And Bumblebee.
And we're here to talk about
Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue number 39. We Are Yesterday, part 4.
That's a mouthful.
Let's make sure I said it all.
That's fine. That's still a mouthful. But, so we continue where we left off in the last issue with two dicks. And, no one knew what was going on at first.
They're trying to figure it out. Superman joins the party.
It's just very confusing because one Dick Grayson is from the past and another Dick Grayson is from the future, and
present day, not the future.
His future.
Well, yeah.
To save time, one Dick's from the past, one Dick's from the present. You feel better?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So they're trying to figure out what's going on. They get an alert that the Legion of Doom is attacking all Justice Leaguers to the war room. But then the two Dick Graysons shake hands.
Hey, nice to meet you. Oh my gosh.
Which causes some issues.
Yeah, it boom tubes them to the past. Or is it to the future?
So...
Is it to the future? I think it's to the future.
No. So hold on.
Or alternate timeline.
So what happens is that present day Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, present day Superman and Batman all get transported to the past.
To the past.
And then past Superman and Batman get transported to the present to be with the past Dick Grayson.
This is very confusing and very odd.
So pretty much
trading spaces.
Pretty much. You got Batman, Superman, and Dick Grayson. You got the past versions of them in the present, and then we got the present version of them in the past. They switch spots, essentially.
A time swap.
Pretty much. So past Superman and Batman are in the present, and they are
confused as heck.
Well, Superman is confused because Lois is flying and has powers, and he's like, "What?"
And she also knows him.
She says, "Clark, you know, if you see John, tell him and his boyfriend to come help." Blah blah blah, and he's like,
"What?
She knows I'm Clark. We have a kid.
What's going on? I'm so confused." And then Batman, being rational, hey, come back. We gotta get this done. We gotta get this going.
Mm-hmm.
And then we switch over to present, past.
The present day versions in the past.
Yeah.
Well.
No, it's. I am confused.
Before we do that, in the present day with the past versions of our heroes, they are... Sinestro and Scarecrow are attacking the Superman Museum. So they go there to try to stop them from harming people. Scarecrow is using his fear toxin.
Correct.
Superman's like, it don't work on me. But then Scarecrow's like...
It used to, but now...
Scarecrow's like, well, guess what? I mixed in some kryptonite just for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no.
Meanwhile, Batman and Robin are fighting Sinestro, and they are a little bit, well, not a little bit, they're in over their heads.
They're losing. And see, with Scarecrow mixing kryptonite in the fear toxin, and them being in the Superman, what is it, Superman Monument or Museum? There is a statue of Jimmy Olsen. Now, Superman thought that Jimmy Olsen got knocked out or KO'd.
Not knocked out.
I'm saying it to be nice.
He saw Scarecrow snap his neck.
I was trying to be nice.
Well, I apologize then.
Well, he saw Scarecrow kill the boy, and Superman went into a panic mode and tried to save him.
Yeah.
Not knowing that that's just a replica.
Or he's trying to work his way through it, but
it's gonna take a minute because Scarecrow fear toxin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, especially when he mixes in the kryptonite. Oof.
And I think Scarecrow has, just continuing to talk about the present day, it looks like Scarecrow has some green and red kryptonite that he's using to affect Superman.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Or like at least that would look like he has a green rock and a red rock in his hands.
That's not good.
And just when Scarecrow is about to hit Superman with the time gun, Superman kind of snaps out of it. And we see that the image that he was seeing, that the fear toxin was inducing, was his death. And he's like, can you believe that he was making me see my own death?
Yeah.
Which is ironic because...
That's what he do.
Which is ironic because like he's saying he said it in a way to where he's like, I can't die.
Yeah, okay.
But there's been a death of Superman in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not impossible, but
no.
He's like, can you believe that that's what he was making me see? So he's able to snap out of it. He takes out Scarecrow, and then he goes to help Batman and Robin with Sinestro. But hold on. Yeah, and he goes to help them with Sinestro. And just as they're about to get to Sinestro, Sinestro hits them with the time gun.
Right.
Now, to backtrack, so that's what's happening in present day with the heroes from the past. Now we're going to go to the past with the present day heroes. So
again,
we see
confusion. It's good, but just a way bit confusion.
You gotta just make sure you're on top of everything. All right. So in the past, we see the three of them. They're in the Justice League satellite because that's what it was called back then.
Right.
They leave the satellite to go to the Batcave to go get to what they need to get to. And while they're there, they encounter Mr. Alfred, who, based on context, in the present day, he has passed.
Correct.
So Batman and Nightwing are kind of
emotional, beside
themselves a little bit because in present day he's passed.
Alfie, it's good to see you again.
Alfred's like, who is this young man? What's going on here?
And why is he calling me Alfie?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Dick Grayson asked Superman, like, can't you just, time travel us back? And he said, no, because I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not with pinpoint accuracy. And because the time stream is corrupted, who knows what will happen once he tries to time travel them back to the present. Yeah. So they have to use other means.
It would not be safe.
So they get what they need from the Batcave. And then they head to the Fortress of Solitude, where Superman has a time bubble from the Legion of Superheroes. And he plugs in the time, and they're going to get transported back to the exact time that they got blipped.
So Superman just so happens to have a time bubble.
From the Legion of Superheroes. From the 31st century, yes.
Interesting.
In his Fortress of Solitude.
How convenient.
From years ago. I mean, I'm not surprised. Superman has a history with the Legion of Superheroes, and Legion of Superheroes, they be going back and forth in time all the time.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Superman is pretty much their, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Their inspiration. Their inspiration, yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. Inspiration.
So I'm not, yeah.
I'm not completely against it, but it's like, that's just so convenient to have.
But, that seems all fine and dandy until they are traveling in the time bubble and they see that the Legion of Doom put up a chrono safeguard, which Superman explains is pretty much a firewall. They hit the firewall in the time bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Our present day heroes hit the firewall.
Right.
And going back to when Sinestro hit the past versions of our heroes with his time gun, and they got transported to, it looks like a desert in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So they're in the desert. We don't know what happened to our friends in the time bubble. We'll probably have to wait and see until the next issue. The past versions of them are in a desert.
Oh.
The Sinestro hit them with his time gun and they got transported to the middle of a desert. And
Right.
we will have to wait and see what happens next.
Okay. So far, pretty good.
In next week's issue of Justice League Unlimited number 7.
Now, I will say it's still very confusing.
Well, a little bit.
How it's going back and forth, and then the people from the present going to the past, and people from the past come to the present, and they just trading spaces. First, it was 2 dicks, then 1 dick on each side. Then there's nobody and everywhere. That's confusing.
Yeah, they kind yeah.
Because you got the dick from the past coming to the future.
Yes.
And the dick from the present coming to the past, along with Batman and Superman. And then the Batman and Superman from the past coming to the present.
Yes.
And Superman from the present finds out that Lois has powers, has a son. Lois knows who he is. Alfred is dead. They're not gonna be able to handle it. The people from the present, the people from the past, they gonna have a mental breakdown.
We'll have to see how this all wraps up, because you know the saying, don't mess with time.
Yeah.
I don't know how all of this is going to affect the timeline, or how they're going to fix it, because technically the current present day Dick Grayson doesn't recall any of this happening. So at the end of the day, all of this might end up getting fixed.
Or different timelines. A different branch.
Possibly, but
or different world, however you want to see it.
Either it's gonna get fixed and everything's gonna go back to normal, or
it's just gonna break even more, and then everything gonna come together.
Or once everything is said and done, all of the new memories are gonna come to fruition.
Possibly.
And then we'll just move forward from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys have to take a read on this. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. How about you, Bumblebee?
I enjoyed it.
It was very good. I liked it. Now, I want you guys to give us your best thoughts on what type of powers that you would like. And you only get 2. And not the type of power where you say, oh, I can have any power of anything, or I'm omnipotent. No. You get strength, cool. You get speed, cool. You get strength and speed, cool. But you can't be like, oh, I got the power of Superman, or I got the power of Martian Manhunter. No.
Pick 2.
And we will tell you our 2 in the next episode. You guys take care. Bob, I see you. I ain't forget about you. You're doing good. You're doing good. Now, you guys check out your local comic book store, support them. But if for some reason you can't, check out the app.
The DC Infinite app.
You can watch, keep up, and have your own conversations with us in the comment section below. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.